Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this really fast. So I wanted to share my pregnancy journey. If it will help someone, I'm just gonna mention what I did. I'm not gonna give you specifics on where to look or do, because you can do your own research, but I just kind of wanted to share this story. If you're thinking about having second, third, or more kids, and if you want to do things different from maybe the first one, this is my story. And so briefly, my first pregnancy, my baby was kicking a lot, and I knew he was going to be active, and I was about 4 weeks early with the first one, and he ended up in the NICU. He had jaundice, so he had to go through therapy, blue light therapy, excuse me. And so that was already stressful to begin with, and I didn't know much. So I mean, I walked during pregnancy, but not as often as I should. We had 2 dogs at the time, so I would walk one of the dogs. I did take prenatal vitamins, but I don't think they were the best quality. And I didn't go to a chiropractor until after I gave birth, or right at the end of my pregnancy. And yeah, and it was during COVID, so it was a really weird time. So yeah, I mean, we had a lot of takeout, and yeah, I think I ate eggs the first 3 months of my pregnancy, and then I kind of dwindled after that. But my first one is 5 now, and my second one is 10 months. So when we found out we were pregnant, I definitely wanted to upgrade my vitamins. And so it took me a while. It took me like the first trimester to actually settle on a brand that I liked. And so I kept them, and I still use their brand now for postpartum vitamins. And another thing that I did was I tried a different chiropractor, and I think I was about 5 months when I found her, and she specialized in pregnancy chiropractic care. So that's what I did, and I saw her until my baby was about 5 months, and then she was on maternity leave, so I decided to go back to my old chiropractor, which he's great too. And during my pregnancy, I invested in massages because I really needed it for, like, you just need it as when you're pregnant. It helps with the muscles. It helps soften muscles that you can't reach, or maybe exercise won't help. So I did that. I try to do that every month, if not every 5 weeks. I ate farm fresh eggs throughout my pregnancy because my in-laws have a farm, and so when they visit, they give us eggs. And eggs were very important for me to take because of the choline, the omegas, and it's a protein that's easily absorbable. I didn't have, what do you call it, morning sickness. I had a little nausea, but that was it. And what else? And I made an effort to walk as often as I could when my husband and my son would go to the park. And toward like the last trimester, I would drive to the park, even though it's like a 10-minute walk. I drove down, I did the side steps, so 1 foot on the sidewalk, 1 foot on the ground, and I would just go like this and then switch sides. So I was listening to a podcast called Quantum Biology something. I don't know the exact name, but they talk about a lot of this. They talk about the sun and the circadian rhythm, and how that we need to sleep during the evening, wake up during the light, and eat during the light, and don't eat during the evening. So, and also getting the morning sun and the late afternoon sun was very important. And they said something that it helps with the cellular health. I'm not going to say anything specific about it, but anyway, I would go outside in the morning, probably like 9 or 10. So depending on when I would like have my like half a cup of coffee, I would go outside in our backyard and just show my belly in the sun for like 10-15 minutes, or however long, between 5 to 15 minutes, and just get like my vitamin D in the morning, the natural way. I would squat a lot, not do squats, but like actually sit down in a squatting position all the way on the floor with my feet on the ground. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did that a lot. And I worked up until I couldn't anymore. So I worked like till 7 months, I think. Yeah, I worked up until 7 months. And that helped with like movement and just keeping myself active. And yeah, what else? And my son, my oldest, was like very loud and very like, he's very outgoing. And so the loudness helped the baby also get used to loudness because he's a very good sleeper now and he sleeps throughout the night now. He started sleeping throughout the night at 10 months. And now we're in a bigger house, so it helped with my stress level. I mean, yeah, because it's just more space for us, you know? And if I knew something was going to stress me out, I wouldn't even think about it, or I wouldn't even give it a second thought. I would just put like an imaginary block or door mentally and just don't let it in, because the baby can feel all your emotions. And I try to be as calm and not let any bad stress come in, you know, because I think that's very important for you as a mom and then for the baby as well. And also right before we conceived, I was on a red meat and potato diet type of thing, because I'm already anemic, like partially, like mildly anemic, so that was a good diet for me to do. And I mean, you could, yeah, and you could look into whatever information that you want about that. Yeah, I would say that was pretty much it. And affirmations, of course, you know, like hypnosis for birth, for pregnancy. I didn't do that as often as I wanted to, but there were pockets of time where I listened to a few things or just calm myself down, take breathing, you know, deep breaths during pregnancy, and I think that really helped. Yeah. And that's it for now. I mean, I could get into in depth more later, but I just kind of wanted to share that part because I think that's important to maybe understand like where I'm coming from. Health and wellness is something that's really important to me for the last 5 years now, I think, especially. So I don't mind sharing like my wellness journey and mindset journey as well. So just be on the lookout that some of my content's going to be not just sales, education, but mindset, personal development, wellness, kids, mom stuff. And I do work very part-time with my friend. Yeah, I can go into that later on, but I just wanted to share my second pregnancy journey and see if you guys resonate. And if you have multiple kids, did you try something different on your second time or third time?